Hello, how are you all? It's me Vidya. So today's topic I would like to explain what are the different visa options available for anybody from India with an Indian passport to migrate to New Zealand. So let's get started. I'll start with the most easiest visa to get and then to end with the most difficult visa maybe to get. So I would like to start with the student visas first because this is the easiest option that I think is available for anybody to move to New Zealand. So for that there are a few basic checks I think that anybody would be qualified to. So you need to pass an English exam with minimum of 5.5 score in IELTS, which I think anybody who studied in India in English medium or even in a non-English medium, if you have basic English skills, you will be able to get that visa with study visa. You can convert the study visa to a work visa. So they will, after you finish your studies, they'll give you an year time to find a job in New Zealand. So mostly I have seen anybody will be able to find a job in New Zealand within that 1 year time. So in that case you will be getting a work visa and then you can convert your work visa to permanent residency and then get citizenship later on. So this is the easiest option available, but there are expenses, isn't it, for a study visa. For undergraduate, if it is not a postgraduate, it is just an undergraduate or graduate, then the fees would be 22,000 New Zealand dollars to 32,000 New Zealand dollars. So that is approximately 11 lakh Indian rupees to 17 lakh Indian rupees. But if you want to go for a post-graduation, the fees is slightly higher. It starts from 26,000 New Zealand dollars to 37,000 New Zealand dollars. It is approximately 13 lakh Indian rupees to 19 lakh Indian rupees, and on top of it you need to also show a proof that you have a minimum of 15,000 New Zealand dollars per year to survive. 15,000 New Zealand dollars is approximately 7.5 lakh Indian rupees. So this is all the expenses that you need to plan for if you have to work towards the study visa, which is the simplest and the easiest option possible. And I will give you a few links which can guide you, what are the different kinds of universities available and all. And option number two is getting a work visa. Getting a work visa is a bit easier when compared to getting a permanent residence visa, but it has its own challenges as well. If you need to get a work visa, there should be somebody in New Zealand, an employer or somebody who is offering you a job from New Zealand. Only when you have a job offer from New Zealand, you will be able to apply for a work visa. But that is also a bit tricky because when you apply for jobs from India, usually there won't be so much of shortlisting process. But if you have really unique skills, I have known few of my friends who applied through websites on New Zealand and still got calls for them from here to India, and then they cleared their interview process, and then the employers here have requested an work visa for them, and then they traveled here. But the percentage of that is really very, very less, and I should also say it is the most quickest way, and also you will not have to spend so much of a money, isn't it? Also, you should have some unique skills. I have seen few of my friends who talked about they came here as they are either developers or they are either working in data or they are either working in test automation, so which are really highly valued and highly skilled jobs. So there are chances for you to get calls from New Zealand and then get your work visa. That is the second option. And then coming to the third option. So third option is something that I have used to migrate to New Zealand. It is also a bit difficult because for using the third option, we need to properly go through the immigration process of applying. There will be a points calculator and then you have to calculate. So I'll put the link of this points calculator also in the description. So you will have to assess, there would be points for each and every criteria. Like there would be some points for your age, for the experience that you have. if your current occupation is mentioned in the skills shortage list, there will be bonus points. So like that, you need to have a minimum of 160 points now if you have to migrate to New Zealand. So once you are able to get that points calculator point sorted, you should be able to apply for an expression of interest first. So once you apply for an expression of interest, the application will be assigned to an immigration officer. The officer will do a clear assessment on if your application is successful, because you are claiming the points, but sometimes an immigration officer says you cannot be given points for this and this. So there will be a conversation happening with the immigration officer. If they think that you're having all the required points that they are needing, then they will ask you to apply for permanent residency. So that is how I cleared all my permanent residency, and then I'm here in New Zealand. So that is an entirely different process, but it takes a lot of time. It has taken me more than a year since when I've started to complete the process. And with the current situation, I don't know when they are again going to open, because right now everything is in halt. They're not processing the applications at all. We don't know when they are going to start processing the applications, so we have no idea. And then from the day they start processing the application, it would take at least a year. That's from my experience. That is with respect to the third option. And the last option, I don't recommend this option until and unless you are a very rich person. And if you are a very rich person, I don't think there will be an option for you to migrate to New Zealand if you are already rich. But that is the business visa. So for you to get business visa, you should make some investment in New Zealand. So with business visa, you can convert that to a residence visa, but there are some conditions to it. So there should be a minimum of 3 million New Zealand dollars investment that you need to make for 4 years. 1 million New Zealand dollars is like 5 crore Indian rupees. And if it is 3 million New Zealand dollars, it is 15 crore Indian rupees. And I don't think that is a very much viable option. Somebody who is so much rich having 15 crores of investment that he can or they can do in here in New Zealand, I don't think they will migrate to New Zealand. They would like to enjoy their life in India, isn't it? But that is an option available as well. So these are the 4 different options available. I will give you the links for all these 4 different options available in the description. Please check out and then let me know if you have any doubts. Thank you.